All right. Now let's pull up the little sheet here and see how much do I need to get to Duna. I was gonna say, who's spamming links? Oh, Scarbot. At Sebastian's request. Okay, that's cool. I am confused. I'm looking at this guide here. What do I need to get to Duna? How much Delta V?
Hold up. So ignore the 45, 50 or whatever it says, or it doesn't even say that now. What space does it say? And 33 to call it a little bit more than that to get off Kerbin. So for Duna, the transfer is 1,050 to 1,100.
Wait, what?
And then the transfer is about 1,100.
Yeah, okay.
Now, the blue is because of potential error braking. What it's saying is that you could have if sorry, hold on, let me read this. Yeah, you could save about 200 delta V on the you're going to need to add 1100 additional to orbit after reaching it, and then
So it's 1100 to get there, 1100 to orbit. We may be able to save 200 off of that, but let's count on the 1100.
That's how I believe that's read.
And then 1100 to land.
No, landing doesn't cost anything. To deorbit though will cost a little, not much at all though, depending on your orbit.
Okay.
So it's really not that bad. So, what is that? Like 6,000, maybe?
Right, if it's 35 first, and then we got 33 for all of that just to get the landing, and we're not leaving. Okay, so yeah, we're looking at 6,000, 65.
Yeah, throw an extra 500 on there.
Well, let's see. Actually, 68. Let's call it 7. Because okay, it's really okay. If we're saying 33, I say 35 to get off a Kerbin myself.
Right, I do too. But you're counting one of them twice because it's 1100 to transfer, and then 1100 to orbit, and then it's not going to take much more than that to land. Because all you got to do is at the highest point pull a little bit until you're air braking, and then it's going to do the rest for you.
Okay. Okay, so we're looking at 22.
Let's call it another 200 and another 200 or 300, so 25 in addition to the 35.
Okay, so that's 40. That's, yeah, so we're back to 6,000. Okay, now Sebastian says Chunk Air did the whole bot program relating stuff. No, Chunk's got his own bot. Scarbot is mine. Chunk has done nothing on it. He may have made some some suggestions as far as features. He actually doesn't know the MRC code. Well, no, he knows MRC. I'm not sure what he's. Yeah, I think. Well, his bot is in Java, and it interacts with IRC. I don't know if it actually interacts with MIRC. So no. Anyways, the bot is completely mine. I coded it. I had a little help here and there with the Twitch API integration from Mage. Otherwise, everything is pretty much mine. And I code that live on the stream, and we'll be doing more of that tomorrow. In about 10.5 hours. So okay, let's give this thing 6,000 Delta V, and
I kick on an extra 500. I think that's probably the best way to go about this.
Okay.
6,500 is not hard to get.
Okay.
So 3,000 in orbit, or 3,000 out of Atmo, and the rest of it in Atmo. Or not the rest of it, but so more like
Nice.
4,000, and 2,500.
That main cell's not on there. All right. You said how much out of Atmo? 4,000 out of Atmo?
Roughly, yes.
Can I do that all on one stage?
Not likely.
I've got 3,000 right there.
It's not efficient to do it in one stage either. So just by how rockets work, by the time you spend about 1,000 or 2 Delta V, you wanna shed some weight. Unless you're talking like asparagus staging a bunch of tanks off, and then my argument's void.
I don't know. This seems wasteful. and ultimately heavier. Those the thrust to weight values really changed if I switch it to Duna, huh? If I'm looking at those
Gravity,
stages.
A lot less atmo.
Huh?
A
Yeah.
lot less gravity and atmosphere.
Okay.
Testing a quick re-entry from, not even necessarily from the top of the atmosphere, before you go too crazy with finishing the. Just testing the re-entry from like high in the atmosphere
You are?
might be.
Or you
No, I'm saying that might be a good idea before you go too far into building the rocket based on the weight that it has now, because if you got to change anything, it might affect the delta V.
I'm not sure. How am I supposed to test? You said test the re-entry
Well-
at Duna?
No. It's going to be an approximation, but we're just going to see how the parachutes operate when it comes back down, and the center.
Oh, just checking
center
the
mass.
just seeing the lander's re-entry
Re-entry.
capability.
Exactly. See how it points when it's coming in through the air. And then,
Okay, so get myself about 3,000 will get me up, and it's not going to get me in orbit, but I just need to exit and come back down.
Yeah, just get yourself a good altitude, at least like 50k. If you can get 70k, that's great. Higher, not necessary, really. Don't go just straight up and down either. You want to go, at a normal angle, sort of.
Okay. I'm not getting any. Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on here. Ah. Staging that weird. Leslie and Zinlax, welcome to the stream. How are you?